Facebook's going to want to hear this today. The site, it admits to transcribing your messenger chats.
Yeah, Tiffany Craig is here. And Tiffany, every time I hear stuff like this, I get more nervous about using Facebook.
Well, yeah, right?
Yeah.
You pause and go, maybe not.
Yeah.
Because what they're admitting to is another human listened to what you and a friend had in what you thought was a private discussion on Facebook.
Speaking to the phone.
This would apply to the Facebook Messenger app you have on your device. If you use the voice text option, the recipient can hear your audio, right? Well, they also have the option of seeing that message typed out. Well, that's what Facebook was having translated by outside contractors. Now, their reason for doing that was to make sure their artificial intelligence was translating what you said correctly.
Now, this all came about after some of those private or those paid contractors
Yes.
were doing the job and they're like, hold up, what are we doing this for? And then some of them started talking about it. So since all of this came about, Facebook said about a week ago, okay, we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah. And this is very similar to those claims that Amazon was listening in, and we're talking about Alexa and privacy with that, and Google as well, right?
Yeah, well, sort of. So yes and no. It's still information being gathered, but the difference is they were talking about the speakers, right?
Yeah.
And you know you're talking to a robot.
Exactly.
Right.
When it comes to Facebook, you're thinking it's a private conversation between you and your friend.
Yeah.
Well, lo and behold, they're listening in.
Well, I'm so boring. They'll probably be like, nope, nothing here.
Next one.
Moving on.
Thank
We'll
you,
be right
Tiffany.
back.